Yes, welcome back again to this our channel whereby we will be talking of poverty. Yes, this is something which I know many people are struggling or going through it. Means lack connection or a lot of money. But the truth is many people always change their lives by small daily decision whereby by learning variable skills, building income step by step. In this our live session, I will show you a practical process to start moving forward. So if you are new here, don't forget to hit the subscribe. Yes, I can see just Taganana High. Yes, go ahead and subscribe if you have not yet subscribed. Yes, to begin, our video is all about you need to first of all change from your survival thinking to growth thinking. When, for example, money is at your hand, there is this asking yourself, for example, what skill can I run expenses? Write it on a piece of paper. Then after that, you need to separate needs and wants. And someone might be asking, what is the difference between the needs and the wants? Needs, these are something which you cannot do without them. While wants, yes, they are there, but they make us feel good for the survival. Needs, they are things like the food, the shelter, the clothing, or even education. I think is one of the needs. Let me know the other one in the comment section so that I may know that we are moving together as a team. Well, on the other side of the wants, these are things to do with the luxury. For example, the recent phone. Yes, you have a phone, but you need to have the recent one for the purposes of good photo taking. You need to have a new model of the car. You need to have a new version of the clothes. So these are some of the wants. You need to separate in that expense which you tracked for that 1 month. You need to know, is this a want? Is this a need? Is this a want? Is this a need? Then the next step which you need to do is you need to cut unnecessary spending. Yes. So if you haven't yet subscribed, please, it's a humble request. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. That go on unnecessary spending. Which are these spending? Or you cannot cut all of them at the same time. You can also decide to do and start a business and not start a business. The seventh, the seventh and the last process is invest small but consistency. Save, you invest, then you will invest the profit, and you always stay patient. You can decide to get yourself into the shares, into the government's bonds, into the external trade ETFs, or you can always go the right way or the real investment trust. All this will help you. For example, once you grow old, this investment, for example, like in the shares, whereby, for example, today on 23rd, which is actually next week, the Family Bank will be listed on the Nairobi Securities Exchange. Do you know that, for example, if you are a Kenya, Family Bank will be listed on the Nairobi Securities Exchange, and it's a good opportunity because it is being listed at 18 shilling per share. I think that will be the cheapest bank which will be trading on the Nairobi Securities Exchange. For example, if you have that your thousand which you saved, you can decide to get yourself into this, or you can decide to be a shareholder of a family bank. This is not a paid advertisement, but I always like we move on the same direction. 18 shillings, you can decide if, for example, you have like 1,000 shillings which you have saved. You can decide to acquire some few shares of the family bank. Remember that it will be listed on the 23rd of this month of June. You can always buy. And if you don't know how to buy these shares, remember that my number is always on the description of each and every video. You can always send me a WhatsApp message and I can always guide you through. It's that quite and simple. Shares, they are doing quite amazing. For example, currently shares, yes, their prices are dropping. For example, those who are investors, this is the best time for you to buy shares. But when it comes to the mutual fund, for example, the money market fund, their interest rate, they are on upward trajectory. But when it comes to the shares, their prices are descending or zinateremka kushuka kushuka. This is the best time for you to apply, and I can assure you, by the time we do the general election, which we will be doing it in next year, this price of shares will have declined. I've not seen they will decline, but I can predict these prices will be declined because some foreign investors may be fearing that the economy won't be that stable, so they will decide to sell their share and dump the market. So this is the best opportunity for you to get on the shares investment, and you only need few items for you to start invest investing on shares. So if you have any question, you can always drop it on the comment section and I will be able to answer it. And that marks the end of our today's video. Unless if you have any question, and I will be able to answer it. Getting out of poverty is not that big decision. It's just many small decisions repeated over time. Start from where you are and use what you have and keep improving every day. So subscribe if you have not yet subscribed. Bye bye.